Hey everyone, welcome to another Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and there's a link to my Ko-fi account in the description. So if you're able to support the channel that way, it is greatly appreciated. So today we are playing some Golgari Midrange. So this is a deck with a very high density of two drops. So you could even describe it as Golgari aggro, to be honest. Maybe midrange is a little bit of a misname, but it's got some of the features of a mid-range deck, so we'll stick with it for now. But feel free to shout at me in the comments. So we've got a couple of new cards, one of which we've used before, which is Sunset Saboteur. So this is a 4/1 for 2 mana with Menace and Ward of discard a card. Seems pretty aggressive, but it does have the drawback of whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature an opponent controls. But in a deck like this, which has a good suite of interaction, fatal pushes, go for the throats, abrupt decay, whatever it may be, then we should be able to keep that ability from mattering too much, at least while this does a reasonable amount of damage. Attacking for 4 a turn with Menace, with a card that's quite hard to get rid of with removal, is very good. And then we've also got Frenzied Baloth, which is a very good anti-control card, but hasn't seen a huge amount of play yet, but it's green-green for a 3/2 that can't be countered, has trample and haste. It says creature spells you control can't be countered and combat damage can't be prevented. So yeah, it's like mini questing beast. It's got a lot of words on it. But yeah, it's a pretty aggressive creature out the gates. And yeah, lots of spells can answer it, but if you can get in for a couple of hits before the opponent can deal with it, then that's 6 damage off the bat. And, combine that with a Saboteur, a Dread Knight, whatever it may be, a Glisser, and things can go south for the opponent pretty quickly. So yeah, and then looking at the rest of the deck, so yeah, our top end, we've got 4 Glissers and 4 Shieldreds. So yeah, pretty powerful top end of our curve, but not hugely expensive either. Then, yeah, early interaction, as I say, Duress, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, the kind of classic black 1-drop combo. Mosswood Dread Knight, which is great in Golgari decks, just a source of card advantage. And then a repeatable creature that's hard for the opponent to get rid of. Go for the Throat, Abrupt Decay, some additional removal, and then Werewolf Pack Leader for some more card draw as well. Running 24 lands, which seems about right for a deck like this. It is quite, we do reliably want to be able to play a black spell on turn 1 and then hit double green the turn after, so we do need a fair number of dual lands, so we are running 20 of those. Then a couple of basic lands and a couple of utility lands as well. In the sideboard, we got 2 more Duresses, so we can put in 8 hand disruption spells if we really need to. Keen-Eyed Curator, good graveyard hate, but also a creature that can grow quite big. 2 more copies of Abrupt Decay, good at dealing with cards with Ward. Go Blank, Hand Disruption and Graveyard Hate. Scrap Shooter is a pretty aggressive creature that can also destroy an artifact or enchantment, and being a 4/4, often the extra card you give them, they don't have time to kind of fully utilize it. Surak, 1 copy of that. Good way of just turning the opponent's removal spells into additional cards. Extinction Event, we ideally want to leave most of our own creatures alone. So, having a kind of glut of 2 drops means that Extinction Event on odd will be a pretty one-sided board wipe. And then we do have the main questing beast, 2 copies of that. Good at taking down planeswalkers, good at dealing with go-wide strategies. Yeah, not seen enough play, I think, recently, so good to see it in the sideboard here. And as I say, we do have mini questing beast in the main deck. So yeah, that is the deck, Golgari Midrange. So thank you very much for watching. Let's take it onto the ladder. It's not a keep. Okay, this is a little better. We're on the draw, so maybe I'll take a risk with the land. Okay, so this is Convoke, possibly humans. I do want this to be a dual land, so I can potentially cast Baloth turn 2. Okay, I'll just take the Extraction Specialist. Yeah, that's not the worst lieutenant in the world. Ooh, now we've got an interesting choice. Yeah, I think Thought sees them again. Take Portable Hole. Fatal Push the Warden. Now they're kind of running on empty. That's fine. Play Glisser. It's a pretty effective wall. Sunset Saboteur against a humans deck feels a little weak, I think. Not really where you want to be. So we'll attack with Glisser, draw a card. That's if they'll let me. And then probably just follow up with both creatures, but we'll see what we draw. Okay, Pack Leader and Saboteur is probably better here. Sets us up a good draw turn next turn with these two. Okay, Topcoat Vanguard's pretty good. Definitely take that trade. It's not a trade, but it is. You know what I mean? Now they've got no decent blocks. Can draw. I think let's just drain the Lieutenant of its counters. Play another Frenzied Baloth. Now my life total's not really under a huge amount of pressure. Cool. Okay, humans. So I am going to take out Sunset Saboteur, particularly on the draw. I think I want Abrupt Decay. Probably more than I want Duress. I think let's take those out. We'll put in Extinction Event. Maybe Keen-Eyed Curator as an answer to anything they might get back with the... Trouble is when you get to my age, my memory doesn't work. The 3-2 that returns things with mana 2 or less. You know the one I'm talking about. I'll put in Questing Beast as well, probably in place of 2 Shieldreds. It's really going to annoy me now that I can't remember what that card's called. I literally took it out of their hand earlier, didn't I? Brain. I don't have a functioning brain. I've got a lot of double green here, which is slightly awkward with the mana that I've drawn. Take the split up, I think. Let's not expose ourselves to a wrath unnecessarily. Okay, Okay, I think I'm just going to play Dread Knight as a 3-2, just to give me a wall of blockers. Well, I say a wall of blockers, one blocker. That's fine. That's how they're spending their turn. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay. Well, Glyssa is an unanswerable thing that will kill one of their creatures every turn. Okay. They're ever-growing creatures. Can't deal with it if, of course, if it has flying. Decline, decline, decline. Allow me to introduce you to an Abrupt Decay. I'll take that last card. Nice. 10 million Coppercoat Vanguards. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, presumably they've drawn something. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not completely out of this, because I can play Pack Leader. No, I am, because I don't have enough green mana. Ah, that's annoying. Yeah, that swamp really cost me there. Oh well, the opponent had 4 Coppercoat Vanguards, so let's not worry too much about it. Okay, I still think this is a reasonable configuration of the deck. Still don't like Sunset Saboteur. Let's go. Yep, still do. Sounds a little painful on the life, because this isn't a swamp. I'll take the portable hole. I know they can't actually cast it yet, but I don't think it's worth risking them drawing a... Let's get Keen-Eyed Curator down. This point, we're just waiting till we can play Extinction Event. See, I knew they'd draw planes. Okay, I think I will hit their Thalia's Lieutenant before they can play that now. Much of a muchness with Coppercoat, I suppose. Then we'll play Mosswood Dread Knight. Okay. Please land. Land is unbelievably good in this situation. Land. Thank you. Yeah, fair enough. Sometimes the top deck's just there for you, and sometimes the opening hands really aren't. See what I mean? Gonna have to get a 5. Don't love this. This is the magic gods punishing me for enjoying myself there, aren't they? Put back Glyssa, Put back a Baloth. Yep, there are decks you want to mull to 5 against, and then there's mono red. Okay. How aggressive are they planning to be? Not particularly. Fine. Well. No land. Super unfortunate. Yeah, and they get a manifold mouse as well. What on earth did they play the manifold mouse? I mean, I don't think it really matters at this point in the game, let's be real, but... Okay, well, I'll get rid of the Emberheart Challenger. Then if Shieldred sticks, I might survive. Okay. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I missed a land drop. Okay, so... Mono red. Well, Thoughtseize out, obviously. Duress can come in instead. Abrupt Decay needs to be here. Glisser's reasonable. Sirac's reasonable. Sadly, again, I think this is a Sunset Saboteur has to come out kind of matchup. Don't have anything that gains me life. I think Scrap Shooter's just an aggressively costed card, which I think is fine. Maybe we put Go Blank in on the play and I just put one Extinction Event in. Yep, this will have to do. So you don't love shocking myself here. Take that Burst Lightning. Okay, another pack leader is interesting for sure. Let's get Glisser down. She's a wall that can't be got through, no matter how much trample you give your creature. Okay, they might have 2 removal spells. Obviously they do, yep. Sure, why not? I'll play another one. And don't think that I won't. I assume the Scream is coming down now. No, the Manifold Mouse. Okay. Yeah, I suppose they can give this double strike. Which means it does trade with Glisser. Which I think I'm fine with. Yeah, take the trade. Shieldred's good. Scream, scream, scream. Okay. They got like a reckless rage or something. Or maybe it's just a monstrous rage. Wouldn't surprise me. Nope. Okay, so I go to 13. Now I'll attack. I get a 15 by drawing a card. Okay, I think we're in pretty good shape now. Yeah, they do have reckless rage. I think it's going to make a huge difference at this point. Another pack leader. Play Dread Knight. Just make it very hard for them to deal with this. Okay, so I'm going to attack, draw 2 cards. Now Extinction Event comes out to play. Can I kill them? Not quite. Play Surak. I've got 2 lethal threats again. They need to somehow do me 10 damage, which seems unlikely. Yep. Okay. Managed to get the better of mono red there. Yeah, they had a reasonable draw. Wasn't the worst. Okay, how am I going to do this on? I think Scrap Shooter comes out in place of Keen Eye Curator. Go Blank goes in place of Extinction Event. And 1 go for the throat. Now, let's keep going for the throat in. Trim 1 Baloth. It's a tough one. It's tough on the draw against mono red. No point pretending otherwise. I want to keep. Well, I was going to say I want to keep removal in my hand, but I don't want to keep a hand with removal and 800 lands. How risky am I willing to be? Because I like all of these cards. I think I'm going to put back a land and take the risk. Okay, risk not yet paying off. Got 3 draw steps to have a go, though. Yikes. Okay. I'm not going to have a good block for this whatever I play, so I may as well play the Mosswood Dread Knight. Yeah, it's a problem. Okay, fine. They've got Monstrous Rage. Yeah, there's literally nothing you can do in this situation. Yep, just dead. Like, you cannot beat that draw. I don't think there's any deck that can beat that draw. Okay. I think we'll start with Duress. See what's in their hand. Okay. Well, that's quite handy. Yeah, I'll take the oven. I think we can just play Werewolf Pack Leader. Maybe I should have bolted the bird. I don't know. Let's have another look in their hand. Take Corvold, Fatal Push, the Harvester. Darksteel Citadel's an interesting choice. Why are they blocking? Another goose. The goose is once again loose. Yikes. Well, I need a bit more than what I've got going on at the moment. Okay. Well, at least I can kill that. I don't think they've got the ability to sack 3 things, he says. Oh, they do. No, that's nicely played. Okay, that makes sense. They lose their board to do it. So they're both just in top deck mode now. Well, that's not going to help. Okay. That by itself isn't hugely concerning. Do I just besage you it anyway? Yeah. Get you gone before you start doing scavenger talent things. Now, something like a Shieldred off the top would be nice. I'm just saying if the deck would like to provide. Okay, that's not bad. Well, they've got no creatures. I'll take it. Jesus. Okay, that's a pretty good top deck.
Defying me will be your last act. Every piece grants me power.
Okay.
This technology is advanced.
Well, I'll push that. Get it gone. So that goes up to 3.
Bow to your new overlord. I have bigger.
Okay. Glisser's a good one. Can't use removal against this. But if this Glisser sticks around, then it's just a source of infinite card draw. Draw a card. Play a land. At least now we can Takanuma something back. Nope. Cool. Okay, we won the top deck wars there. So this is Jund Sacrifice running Tezzeret. Now that is an interesting build they've got for themselves there. So I definitely want maximum hand disruption here, I think, as well as Scrap Shooter. Quite like Go Blank. Keen-Eyed Curator. Yeah, there's quite a lot of sideboarding I want to do here. Abrupt Decay. I think In place, we'll take out Sunset Saboteur, take out Frenzied Baloth. Are they going to steal my Glissers? Two Mosswood Dread Knights can come out. Have I trimmed too many creatures? 2, 4, 7, 10, 12, 16. Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe I do want the Dread Knights. Trim a couple of Shieldrids on the draw. I don't know, I just want to hit all of their engines, if I can, with Hand Disruption. If I need removal, then I need removal. Which I know is a profound statement. One, 2, 4 is not terrible as a curve. And Besage you can be a removal spell in a pinch as well. When I put Sunset Saboteur back in on the play, if it gets to a game 3, I think I probably would. Their creatures aren't too scary on their own. They're early creatures. Yeah. Okay, I like Go Blank as a 3-drop. Yeah, let's take Tezzeret, I think. Scrap Shooters a pretty welcome development. Yeah, so I think I want to Abrupt Decay that. And then Go Blank them. Cool. Okay, that's pretty good. It's the food. Okay. They don't have anything in their graveyard. So let's not worry too much about that. Okay. I think Shieldred's fine here. Blech. Okay. Don't love it. Please don't bring him back. I think he's coming back. Isn't that interesting? Okay, well, I think I need that Scavenger's Talent gone, so I'm going to Abrupt Decay it. Follow up with a Keen Eye Curator. And just pass the turn. Yeah, that's a good top deck. Interesting. Am I willing to trade Shieldred for Egra here? don't actually think I need to. Let's just take the damage. Da-da-dum. Okay. Attack. I think I'll say go. Go to 9. I go to 7. Really? Well, I suppose they can sacrifice the food to make Igra big enough. Yeah, so maybe I'm just blocking here. Da-da-dum. I can just sack it and eat it. Okay. So I hit them down to 3. I'll play Scrap Shooter. Don't think I'll worry too much about destroying an artifact or enchantment. As long as I've got blockers for Igra, that's the only thing that matters. And if they just whiff for a turn, we should be alright. Yeah, fine by me. I now get a card out of this, which is pretty good. Interesting indeed. I don't think they've got anything in their hand. But let's have a look anyway. Yeah, just a land. Fine, that's kind of what I was expecting. So now I'll push their token. I do think I have to hold back with the Scrap Shooter just in case. So Igra's now an 18-18. Yeah, in case they draw one removal spell, I do need to be able to answer. I do need a blocker. I mean, I could have traded Shieldred for their Igra a while ago, which might have been the right thing to do, but I do feel like Shieldred is how I win this game. Okay. Like, this interaction is actually pretty profitable for me, because I'm getting a card out of it every turn. Yeah, they're going to make a 20 loyalty Obnixilis.
questions of morality.
Oh, I have a job
Is
for you.
power.
Trouble is they can't target themselves because they die. Yeah, I was like, it's not going to work.
My goons will make quick work of you.
It's been an interesting game, this one, but I think we're in a pretty good spot. And play Pack Leader, play Dread Knight, and now I'm presenting a lot of lethal threats. They go to 6. Again, they can't use this. They can use it on me, but I gain life as a result. Goodbye.
Consider this your initiation.
Okay, that was a good game. I enjoyed that one. Very back and forth. A 20 loyalty on Nixless is quite fun. I've never seen that done before. But yeah, we got the better of them there. Couple of packs to open. Yeah, this I must remember to try this at some point. Yeah, it just feels a little like a 2/2 just isn't enough when it turns to artifact. Like in Soul Artifact makes it a 5/5. You know, what game are we playing here? But maybe I should try it at some point. But yeah, that was fun. No, I enjoyed that. Didn't get to see the new cards perform quite as I'd hoped. Running against aggro decks with small creatures does make Sunset Saboteur a bit worse. But yeah, Frenzied Baloth. I mean, it all fits together quite nicely, I think, just to make quite an aggressive curve with creatures which can close out the game quickly. But the MVPs, as usual, were kind of Glisser and Shieldred. But yeah, no, I think that was pretty good on the whole. And it's interesting to play a slightly different variant of mid-range. So yeah, here's the deck list one more time. It's in the description as usual, so let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Contribute to the coffee account if you can. And I'll see you next time.